jazz music to start us off. Just waiting for a few folks to come on in. Anyone who wants to join, please come on in. Let's see who is here already. Wow, we have a bunch of folks here already. We have Don, we have Stiggs, we have TT, we have the Wise Up Show, or is that the Go Scratch Show? I don't know. I don't know. We have Bella. We have Theendu. Bella sees my Devils attire here. It's hockey season, buddy. Let's go. This is a page out of Theendu's with the he has Buffalo, so I have New Jersey. Adam is here. Hello, Adam. Who else is in the chat? I hope I hit everyone here. Arms, of course. Arms is here. I see Gina had stopped by, said she's going to miss it, but that's quite all right. I thank her for the comment. As you can see, Stig says like button is smashed. So don't forget to smash the like button, as they say. I went live a little bit early here. Why not? Well, thank you, Bella. This is my secondary Christmas tree, so to speak. It's in a different room. It's not the big one that was in the other, the eggnog tasting. That was the big one that's in the main living room. So we got 9 folks here. That's pretty darn cool. This is really the first. I mean, I think I did a live once before, but it didn't go so well. I see that Theendu was putting sabers in here, which I shouldn't show this, but I'll show it because I want to be fair. $10 folks. That's awesome. I don't think I've ever had 10 people in the chat before. I think I've only done one other live, but this is pretty awesome. So what's happening, everyone? What is happening? I'm going to get started. I'm going to get started in a minute. This is our subject for this evening. The Luna di Luna. Red for Stiggs. Friday, red. What else do we have going on in here? Gianni Paisan, thank you for joining. All my friends are showing up. This is awesome. Red, yes, red. Red for the Devils, red for Friday. And red for Luna di Luna. So what I'd like to do is taste this bad boy. But before I do that, I wanted to just tell you a little bit about it. I think most of us have seen this someplace or another. Liquor store, wine place, anywhere they sell booze, anywhere they sell wine, you're probably going to see this. It's one of the most mass distributed Italian wines in America. And it's very low end. It's as low end as you can possibly get. That's why I got this for only $8.99, which is very cheap for Italian wines. Usually see those prices for Portuguese wines, which are newer to the market, so to speak. So they come in cheaper. But this is a mass-produced wine. Now, it's called a red blend, which means it's not a specific grape. It could be anything, as long as it's red grapes that were thrown together when you're making the wine. So they can't really put any designation on it as to what it is because they don't even know what it is. They just buy grapes en masse and put them all together, go through the grape making process, and produce a wine. The only thing that is common with the grapes in this wine is that they all come from Venetia, and everyone knows where Venetia is in Italy. It's the upper right-hand corner of the boot near Venice. It's the region around Venice and around, starts with Venice and around it. So all the grapes come from that region. They're all grown in that region someplace, but they could be any type of grape, any type of red grape. So from my perspective, that's always a problem because if you know what you like, you don't know what you're getting in this. It could be anything. And that's why when I'm tasting a Luna de Luna, it doesn't mean the next bottle will be the same because it all depends on the batch, what was used in this specific batch. This one is, let's say, 2021. So it's only a year old. And it's table wine. It's the wine that your grandfather would have and pull out in the jug and pour it with dinner every night. It's nothing special. So, but I do want to give it a fair shake. So before I start criticizing it, I wanted to let it breathe. So it's been open for about an hour. And I'm going to use my trusty aerator to make sure we aerate it. And as you can see, the air gets in there because it's twirling around as it goes out. Okay. Yeah. Don says like a Chianti. I'm sorry. I'm not watching the chat as I should. Chianti is made wholly from Sangiovese, though. All the grapes in Chianti are Sangiovese. So though it might be a blend in terms of different vineyards bringing it together, as long as it's produced in Chianti, that's all made from the Sangiovese grape. This could have Sangiovese. It could have anything in it. It could have Cabernet. It could have Merlot. It could have anything at all in it. It's really a mash of whatever they found. So I'm going to spin it around a little bit, get some air in there. The color of this guy is pretty dark. Pretty dark. Not really reddish. It's like, I don't know what it is. I guess it's reddish. But not the type of red you'd see with lighter wines. And it's not the type of red you'd see with heavy wine like a Merlot or a Cabernet. It has some legs, so I guess it has some alcohol content. It shouldn't have much. It shouldn't have a lot of alcohol content in it because usually these blends do not. Yeah, this has only 12% alcohol in it, whereas most real reds, solid reds will have 14% alcohol in it. So it's more like a white in terms of the amount of alcohol. So let's start by smelling it. I mean, the smell is not really good. It kind of smells like tires, like old tires, rubber tires. Not a good sign. Todd Father, welcome, buddy. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay. Well, so much for the smell. I mean, in terms of a grape or in type of fruit that I smell, I don't smell much of anything at all in terms of. I do smell something like jammy, something that would be, I don't know, like cranberry jam, maybe that type of smell. Something that's very heavy. It smells very heavy to me. All right, let's go in. Let's end the suspense and go in for the taste. All right, so it's light. It's not heavy. It's light. It's not really sweet. I was expecting it to be sweet. I don't really taste a lot of sugar or sweetness. But I also taste like a bitterness, like a But I'm starting to get that raspberry or that cherry, but it tastes like an artificial cherry. Like, remember when you were a kid and you go to the dentist and they would do that fluoride treatment with the supposed to be cherry disgusting thing they put in your mouth and uh, put it all over your teeth. I mean, that to me, that's what that reminds me of, like being in a dentist chair as a kid and they're putting that cherry crap in your mouth, that it was supposed to taste good while they cleaned your teeth, but it really didn't. It was a horrible experience. So yeah, I'm getting like a bitterness at the but and yeah, this is not for me at all. Surprise, surprise, not for me. But I don't know. Maybe somebody who wants to drink this, I don't know. You might like it. I do not know. I hate to knock things just because I don't like them, but this is not good. And I'm not surprised because, like I said, it's stuff thrown together. It's not something that it's put a lot of effort into. It's not like it's dedicated to a certain type of grape that has traits that you're famous for. It's not nothing like that. So, Arms, you said you had the same one in a blue bottle. I thought the blue bottle was Pinot Grigio. I could be wrong, but I thought the Luna di Luna's blue bottles were white wine. So I don't know if I'm right about that. Yeah, it's Don. I think that's a good description. Leftover grapes. It really does. That's what it tastes like. But think about it. It's mass production. It's like Gallo wine. It's like Gallo in the United States, making everyday wine for people that don't want to spend a lot of money, that want to have wine every day, especially it's Italy, right? People want to have wine. It's part of their culture. They'll have wine when they eat. So it's not necessarily going to be good wine. They're not going to sit back and they're not going to taste the wine and say, I want the best wine. They're concerned with drinking wine with their food because that's what they're used to. That's what they feel complements the food. So it's not like they're concentrated on the type of wine. So it makes sense. They produce this mass thing and they sell it. And people that can't afford will buy this as well, I'm sure. Can't afford more expensive wines, more wines that are dedicated to a specific grape. But it's it is what it is, right? And some people, like I said, some people might like this. They might go for this. I don't know. Um, let's see what else is happening. What are you guys talking about in the chat here? Yeah, it Stiggs. I would say thumbs down to this boy. But again, because it's all a mash, it depends on what you get, when you get. This is 2021. Who knows? I don't know. It could be, you could pick up something that would be halfway decent, but this is not me. I don't like that artificial jammy taste to it. It tastes like I said, it tastes like that cherry crap you put in your mouth at the dentist. So, not for me. Um, but hey, some people might like it. What the hell do I know? What are we saying here? I smell a ghost scratch coming here. Yes, you got it. I think this earns the ghost scratch award. So much for that. Adam saying a ton of grapes. So an actual ton weighing a ton makes about 60 cases of wine, roughly 700 bottles. So Tommy says, what is Tommy saying here about His everyday wine is the Santa Marina. Okay. I've never tasted that one. Barefoot I've had. Barefoot has all different types of wine. Barefoot, like they'll have white, they'll have red, they'll have specifics, they'll have Cabernets, they'll have it's Barefoot is more of the producer that does it, so it could be anything. It could be any. But they label it, so they'll tell you what it is. It's not going to be like this. It's not going to be whatever the heck this might be. What else is happening here? So Don says research Barossa Valley wines in Australia, home of Grange Hermitage, approximately $600 a bottle. Yeah, that's beyond my range. I'm not going to spend $600 on a bottle. But hey, some people have that disposable income. I don't know, but not me. I mean, even if I had the disposable income for that, I don't think I would do it. I don't see myself spending that much money on a bottle of wine. I think the most I've ever spent on a bottle of wine is $70, $80 on a special occasion, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever, holiday, friend, a special event with friends, something like that. I might spend that. Or when I have wine tastings with my friends who all enjoy wines, we always get a high-end wine and compare it to other wines. And usually that high-end wine, meaning money-wise, is not as good. It doesn't come out as well as the lower-end wine. So it just goes to show you, don't go by price. Don't ever go by price. If you're looking for a wine, you got to find out what you like and then go with it, buy it, stick with it. But, oh, they have cheaper versions? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Thin Deuce is $100 for a bottle, no higher than that. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I don't think I've ever done that. I mean, I've tasted those bottles, but I've never gone out and buy them myself. I've never decided, let me go out and spend $150 on a bottle. I've never done that, but whatever. Some people do, and yeah. So that's it. I think it's thumbs down for Luna de Luna on the tasting, but hey, we give it a shot. So next time we'll try something else. I don't know. If anyone has suggestions on what specifically you want me to taste, please let me know, and I will see what I can do because I want to keep you guys interested. If it's something you want to see, I'm happy to do it. The other thing I was thinking of is expanding the wine guild a little bit to do some other things like tasting tea, hot tea, which people are going to laugh at that, but it's something that I enjoy doing. I received this as a gift, which is a tea bar. And this is pretty cool. It opens up it looks like a book, right? It opens up like a book. And inside of it, it has a bunch of teas in there. And each one of these teas has the flavor of whiskey, bourbon, cognac, rum, scotch, and brandy. So it's pretty cool. I actually tasted the bourbon one today. I had the bourbon one today, and it actually did taste a little like bourbon. I was surprised, So it's pretty cool. I think I might try doing a little bit of that, getting different flavored teas and tasting them and seeing what it's like and sharing that experience. Don says he has 2 bottles of the 94 Penfolds. Yeah, Penfolds is known to be very well made. That's why part of it is why it's so expensive. It's well made and a lot of effort is put into it. So yeah, I mean, that's the way it goes. A lot of people speculate in wine, right? They buy and sell wine. They buy wine and wait for it to go up in value and then make a profit on it. That's an actual industry. So, and Thindu says, can you send a bottle of wine through? It depends on the states. The answer to that depends on the states. So certain states will allow it and other states will not. So I can't tell you for sure what you could do. Like I know that I can order wine here from certain distributors and they'll mail it here to me. but you have to have someone there who is 21 or older to sign for it. Otherwise, they won't deliver it. That's part of the law. But in terms of an individual shipping it to another individual, I don't know about that. I've never tried that. I think it could be done because I received in New Jersey, at least it can be done because I received a shipment from a friend in California who sent me a bunch of bottles, and he packed them and sent them himself, and they came. So it wasn't like he ordered them and had them sent. He bought them hand by hand, put them together, and sent them to me. So it can happen here. Penfolds valued over 200K. Yeah, that's just a little bit crazy. That's a little bit crazy. So they can keep it for 200K. That must be some experience. Can you imagine? 200K. That must be some bottle. Probably the last bottle you ever drink. But yeah. So normally I would just sit here and kind of sip this as I continued to talk, but I just can't. I just can't get myself to do it. It's just the tire smell, and no, not for me. This is going to go down the tubes after this. I'm not even, I don't think I'm going to, unless my wife wants it for cooking, but I don't even recommend cooking with bad wine because it affects the taste of the food. Keep the bottle and give me the money. Exactly. I agree completely. Yeah, Don, if you can get folks, if you can get into that market, that's pretty cool. If you can keep it, make sure you're keeping them well, storing them right, keeping them well, and then you can make a profit. Why not? Do it. That's awesome. Yeah, so that's really all I have. Let's see, I've been on for 25 minutes. Stiggs would say, "Oh, I got to bang out. This is too long. It's 25 minutes." But the sweet spot is 20 to 25 minutes, I think he said. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the sweet spot is. But, I know it's Friday and a lot of people are out doing things. It's also Christmas party season too. So a lot of folks are out doing their thing and have better things to do than to sit here and watch me babble about wine. But okay, Don, would you say try Scapatoni School Black? Very nice Shiraz. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. Good recommendation there. Yeah, I mean, Arms, that's a good, the homemade wine. Now, I did that for a few years with a bunch of friends. We did that, and I still have bottles of it in my basement. We did that, I don't know, I don't remember the years, but I think it was 2009 or 2008 through 2012, something like that. We did that. But yeah, I'd love to. It's just such an effort. I should, I'd love to do it here. What we did was we went to a place, used their equipment. Right, it's kind of like renting their equipment. You buy the stuff through them, and then you make it there, and then you bottle it there, and all that stuff, and then you take it home. But that place went out of business, so when that happened, we stopped doing it. But that was a lot of fun getting together with friends and doing that. But I'd love to do it at home. And the other thing I want to do is I'd love to do a homemade wine tasting, like Stiggs and I talked about this a few years ago, where we would gather up wines from the people we know who make homemade wine and do a tasting and see, declare a winner out of all of these wines and see what they are. The thing that I've noticed with homemade wine is you don't do it right, it turns into be like 200 proof. I mean, it's the alcohol content is very high. You got to watch out for that because you take one drink and you're sloshed, and that's not what you want. So you got to be very careful when you're making homemade wine. But I want to try it. I do. Yes, that's true, Adam. Adam would not. Tommy would not leave on his goodbye. You're on his first goodbye. Exactly. And he would say, "Anyway, this is secondary. This is just secondary. So, YouTube is secondary. I probably won't be on. I love this morning. He said on his intro, his first video, he said, "Oh, I'm not going to do live today." Well, 15 minutes later, he's live in the car going to work. So, Oh, certain things don't change, I guess. But what else is happening? Anything else happening? Anything happening with you guys that you want to talk about? Because I think my shtick is done here with the tasting. Obviously, not a not a good success, but still worth the effort. And I see Theme News laughing up a storm there. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to do a homemade thing. A homemade tasting would be awesome. Well, Don, you must spend a lot of time on this, buddy. You're spending a lot of you have a lot of info here. You must spend a lot of dough on this stuff. Penfolds. Bills game tomorrow. Oh, the Bills. Blah. They beat the Jets. I don't like that. Sorry, you can do. Arms, what are you saying? 14 and a half cases got us 46 bottles. I tried one time doing it at my place. And what happened? Much better doing it in my garage. Oh, yeah. You did it without yeast. So basically you used natural yeast, whatever was in the air. Because there has to be some type of yeast that ferments the wine. So yeah, that's yeah, I've heard that. Folks they don't buy the yeast. They just whatever, because there's naturally yeast in the air. It comes in and ferments the wine. So interesting. And Wise Up is still working. Oh, okay. All right. What are you working at over there? Working on a cigarette? Coffee? What are you doing over there? Heating it up. Yeah, temperature wise. Yeah, that's important too. The temperature at which the fermentation happens is important too. And do you age them in barrels? Have you done that? Have you aged them in a barrel? That's what I'm wondering right now. It's because we used to do that. We used to have a barrel we bought and aged it, and I think that was the key to make it taste a little bit different than your average bottle, your average homemade wine bottle. You know, when you get the barrels and you leave them in there for 6 months, top them off every now and then. The Go Scratch show, yeah. I mean, this could be the number one on the Go Scratch. Go Scratch with this. This is good for scratching. Maybe that's about all this is good for. Yeah. Yep. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Well, I listen, guys. I hope you are going to have a great weekend, everybody. And Sunday, just a plug for the Wise Up show this Sunday. We're doing the Christmas special, so it should be fun and interesting. We'll see what happens. I'm sure we'll get highlight clips from that one, like we had from the last. Arm said I can go over the step by step. We did it for 20 years. Transfer them to bottomless bottles, so they'll keep them in 5-gallon glass. Oh, you did it in glass. Okay. Yeah, I was curious as to whether you had a barrel or not, a oak barrel, because that's what we used to use, an oak barrel. But yeah, a lot of people do it in glass. So that should. Do you still have any arms, or you don't, or it's all gone? Did you keep any? $900, and Don has 900-liter stainless steel vats. Yeah, I mean, we did the fermentation in the stainless steel. That's where we did fermentation before, and then we transferred it to to be crushed. I'm sorry, to be crushed. I'm sorry, to be pressed. To be pressed after the fermentation, and then we put it in the barrels, the wood barrels, for 6 months. Yeah, you can't get them at you have to get wine grapes out of them, and you're not going to find them in a regular supermarket. You have to go to a specialty store like an Italian specialty store, any type of European food store would probably have it. Like around here, it's Corrado's is the main one. They'll order the grapes for you, and they'll come in. Yes, the press is oak. Yep, yep. Yeah, some of the ones we had made at the place we didn't like, so we haven't left. Yeah, yeah. The good thing about the place was it was, and I guess you could do it at home too. It was like an event. Everybody came together, and we had food and stuff and drank. It was it was fun. Music playing. A lot of this stuff is just a lot of things. I always say this about wine. A lot of it is really about a means to bring you and your family and friends together. That's really what it's all about. That's the best thing about wine. It's a social thing. It's something that keeps things together. It's part of my culture. It's something to be proud of, and something that I've always enjoyed. And it takes me back. It takes me on adventures. It always does. It always takes me on adventures. Using their feet, yeah, I guess some places they do. Yeah, most places do not. It's not economical, and it's not efficient. So, no stomping with the feet. The geese video. What the? Oh, you mean when Tommy was chased by the geese? There's no video of that. I don't think there is. Your video, Fiendu. Okay. Yeah. Just looking at the chat here to see what's happening here. My grandma would bail the wine and make like a cake from it. Oh, interesting. What was that cake called? Was it a name, Don? Was that a specific type of name, the cake she would make? Arms, yeah, well, yeah, that happens. That happens. Remember the guys that own the place are in it to make a dime. They don't care. That's why, it's I'm it's just about, to me, the real cost is buying the equipment, right? That's a real investment. And that's what's probably been holding me back from doing it, is just the cost of buying the equipment. Yeah, Fiendu, I'm impressed that you're up for this. You didn't fall asleep yet? That's pretty impressive. I'm honored that you did not fall asleep yet. Chocolate something. She passed away. Yeah, chocolate something. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've ever had anything like that. I'm trying to think if I ever had like a chocolate grape thing. Yeah. I'm gonna research that and see if that's something that's known, or a lot of the stuff is just passed down or from generation to generation, like peasant food. That's where my family came from. Nothing, just peasants. And they pass down these recipes and ways of eating things and making things out of stuff you never really think about. So that's could be that as well too. Yeah, that's right, buddy. Do it for me. That's right. That's right. Supporting each other. But at this point, I think, if it's okay with you guys, I think we're going to call it quits. I've been on for 38 minutes. That's my longest time ever on YouTube. I don't think I've ever been on any time longer by myself than 20 minutes. Simply because of the pre-records that I always make. Vino Koto, I think it was called. Okay, I'll look that up. Thank you, Don. Yeah, the press. Yeah, I mean that's awesome. The old press is awesome, right? Because it has, like you point out, it has the flavors in it. It has all the years of those grapes in it. That's pretty cool. Christopher Toro, thank you for stopping by, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying your dinner. No drinking and driving. I hope your wife is driving, or if she's drinking, you could do the driving. Yeah, we're not like Ralph's show where we're not scofflaws like Ralph. We're no seatbelts and stuff like that, and doing crazy wild stuff like the Wise Up show. He's such a villain. He's like an internet supervillain. He goes he gets shut down. He plays stuff and gets his channel shut down. He's saying radical things like he's not going to say anything but Merry Christmas. He won't say Happy Holidays. That guy's bad news, I tell you. What do we do, man? We got to do something about him. Just, they got his number. He was talking about the orange guy on The New Show, and they shut his ass down. Boom, done. Such a villain. Super villain Ralph. Anyway, it's 40 minutes. That's my cue to get out of here. He is a troublemaker, Arms. You damn right he is. Troublemaker. Telling people to go scratch. Terrible. Just terrible. So with that, I'm going to say thank you, everyone who's in the chat, who came by, stopped by, said hi. He didn't want to like anyone today. He was muzzle him. Yes, get the muzzle out and muzzle that boy. Keep him quiet, or she's going to be playing Italian music again and getting shut down, getting struck. I think when I was watching that thing and it said strike across the screen, like a big strike, and it said this channel has been shut down for copyright infringement. I was like, whoa, big time, big time, big time. Tommy's little stint in the local jail is nothing compared to what Ralph's going to deal with. So anyway, as I was saying, thank you all for stopping by. It was my pleasure, and I'm so happy to see everybody and appreciate you stopping in and saying hi. And I will say, before, as I check out, as always, thank you for watching The Wine Guild. See you later, guys.